Well, beloved Jeff.
Roy and Abbott.
I'm Buffy.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother.
Hey, got on me!
Get away from her, you.
You're gonna see some serious assembly.
Assemble.
Welcome back to all the poppers, the floppers, and the rampagers. It's your boy, the final boss knocking. Of course, Hollywood, the main man, Zach, is here on a Thursday. But it's not just a regular Thursday. This is a big pay-per-view weekend Thursday with AEW All Out and WWE WrestlePalooza. It's the first time I said this word out loud. Going head-to-head. We're in for a great competition of wrestling this weekend. So let's get our predictions in. Of course, our predictions championship is on the line. So if you're a popper, a member of our community, are 5,000 strong, you have a chance to win a championship with our predictions. So put your comments below. Go live with your boys, and we're going to get into it. Zach, man, how are you doing this week?
Woo, I'm good. So much wrestling. The competition is fierce. And let me just get this out there right now. It is head-to-head on Saturday. It is WWE swooping in on TK's day with their big ESPN debut. As of recently, this is like 2 days ago, Wrestle Tickets says that AEW All Out has sold 10,988 tickets. This is 2 days ago, so obviously went up. And 2 days ago for WrestlePalooza, 12,018 tickets.
Ooh.
So we'll see.
We'll see, man. Again, AEW has a nice walk-up crowd, people that come in there day of.
Dude.
So we'll see how it goes. I do expect WWE to have a more audience, but we're talking match quality. It's what the match quality looks like, the show quality. We'll see some debut surprises. Anything can happen on a wrestling pay-per-view. So let us know what some surprises you guys have in store. We did just find out hours ago, Cena and Lesnar are not main eventing. They'll be opening. So the main event of AEW All Out will be going head-to-head with the opening of Palooza, Cena vs. Lesnar. And I got to tell you, man, that doesn't sound like a coincidence to me.
I don't know. So I'm with you on that. But I'm also, when I first heard that, I thought it was them trying to get the high number at the opening of the ESPN debut. And then if they get that high opening with that big marquee matchup in the beginning, and then later on, as the night goes on and people's Saturday nights go on and more sports come on, the number will dwindle. They'll use that huge opening number to be the bragging number.
So, I can see it. That's a nice corporate answer, but I'm here for the dirt sheets. I'm here for what the internet saying.
It makes it look like shit.
Maybe it could be a little bit of both. Who knows, man? It's business. We had a lot of people speaking out this week. Toni Storm gave her comments on the counter producing. MJF had his comments. I think Kyle Fletcher. So we'll see how it goes. But let's get into the wrestling. The first show, Saturday, coming up, is All Out, Zach. And then we have they're labeling their 0 hour for All Out. What, the Saturday tailgate brawl All Out? Getting the name back.
Yes. It fits, especially during college football season and football season in general. I like it. You had to switch the time. Hey, let's change it up from 0 hour to a tailgate.
It is. It'd be interesting if they actually just outside have the fans gather outside for a type of fight.
Oh.
But, do it in the stadium. This is a pre-show. I still believe we're building towards a women's blood and guts. I think we've put these women in. They have so much chemistry after months of having the same matches. I think a blood and guts is possible. We're getting to hardcore matches now, just like a Dynamite with Sky Blue, Queen Aminata, and Tekla. But first match of the night, we have the women's. What are we calling this? What is this? Women's tornado tailgate brawl.
8 women tornado tailgate brawl.
Man. So Willow, Mina Shirakawa, Harley Cameron, who's been on fire, Queen Aminata versus Sky Blue, Julia Hart, Penelope Ford, and Megan Bayne. So outside of Megan losing to Tony, I haven't seen Megan lose at all. Who do you got in this opening match, Zach?
This is where Megan Bayne can take a loss. So that's why I think we're setting this up, because then Megan Bayne, I hope they do blood and guts. I'm so sick of this combination going absolutely nowhere. This needs to be something, because you can't put all their women in matches like this consistently. $2,000 purse matches and all these other things. Like it's getting kind of old and very boring. That is why this is on the tailgate brawl. I do have the heels losing, though, so Megan Bayne can take a loss and then maybe set something up with a one-on-one feud, or maybe she goes after a title next.
Yeah, I mean, again, we know the AEW Women's Tag Team Championship are made. Allegedly, they're made. We're waiting for the division not to be injured, but I don't know who's injured because we have so many
That
people
excuse
on
is
the card.
bullshit. You want to talk corporate excuse? That's a corporate bullshit excuse because you don't know how to book your women's division.
I don't know who's injured. No offense. I just don't know who's injured. So maybe we're ramping back up now. You know, Harley's back,
So.
Jamie Hayter's back.
Yes.
So if he's referring those injuries, I can see it. Shirakawa's back. We haven't had a blood and guts this year. So I have like you said, I'm going Zach. I have the faces winning this match. I have this leaning towards the blood and guts. I think the heels will stand tall as they beat up the faces after a win, and we get that blood and guts match. That's the only thing that's next. Then you can have some tag team tournament.
There it is. Booker of the Year, knock.
Trying to do it, man. And then next up, we have Garcia versus Shibata 3. These previous matches, I believe, were for a Ring of Honor Pure Championship on a few of those Ring of Honor pay-per-views. So I don't know the score. It might be 1-1 right now. I don't know the score between the two. But the third match, it'll be a good technical match. I got Garcia winning. He just joined Death Riders. He has to win this, I would imagine.
I'd imagine it's Death Rider, so I really don't care. But I say give Shibata the win. He really just comes in for these kind of matches, and it's on the let's end it in a DQ.
We rarely get DQ. So if AEW pulled out a DQ out of nowhere, I wouldn't mind because it hardly ever happens.
Right.
Next up, again, the Workhorsemen getting on AEW show after a long time. I know they were battling injuries. I think Anthony Henry got released for a bit, and they brought him back. Yeah. But the Workhorsemen in a tag match against the trio champions, Powerhouse Hobbs and Samoa Joe. I got Hobbs and Joe winning here. They're going to win for Shibata losing. Maybe we get Hook getting involved here. Hook teased being a little upset with Joe, but he gets the replacement, and he also teased having another partner. Maybe we get that happening here.
Okay. Yeah, I have Joe and Hobbs win as well. Either this match or the women's match, I think the faces will close and lead into All Out on a high note.
Yeah. Definitely. Very excited. Based off Dynamite this past week, the Canada crowd is incredible. They're hot, man. So I can't wait for All Out to see this reception. They were incredible. Yeah. But getting into the main card, Zach, after this countdown, any other debuts do you think might happen before we get into the actual matches?
Well, I was gonna say Shayna Baszler, but she appeared on NXT Tuesday.
Yeah. If she's still not contracted, it was just a little homecoming. What a week to go back to NXT, then debut in AEW.
Well, if you're talking those tag titles, her and she's so lively with personality. I forgot her name.
Did you see her Dynamite when she tried to attack her husband? She could have.
Yeah, I saw her stand there again, doing nothing. I saw her stand there again, doing nothing. Now,
Marita Shafir is an incredible worker. One of the best in the world. I'm telling you.
Jane Silent Bob standing next to a wall worked more than her.
I'm telling you, man. She strikes fear to everybody. Shafir should fear. Come on. It's right there. It writes itself.
Anyways.
Woo! It's been a day, everybody.
Yeah. That and I had another one. Do you have any that you'd think of?
I'm still raking the bell of Dakota Kai, King Coda.
Okay.
I'm still waiting for that to happen. I think she can really wrestle. We haven't seen her really get a shot to show herself. So I think it'd be cool.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let us know in the comments. Who do you think is going to debut? There are a lot of free agents out there, and I think now's the time to kind of like get some steam going here to talk about AEW again when you got a big hot crowd.
My other question, which I just remembered, we had 2 debuts happen in the last few weeks. If anyone remembers, Isla Dawn for the women's division and then Ace Austin for the men's division. We haven't seen them in quite a bit, so I hope we get them back in the mix because we haven't seen them.
Yeah.
But jumping into the show, man, AEW All Out Toronto. It's weird seeing Cope go, against WWE. It's very interesting. It's very, very interesting time.
It's kind of cool, especially with Cena. And this is, as announced by TK, the opening matchup.
Really? They're going to blow the roof off the stage, man. I think that crowd's going to be incredible. We're going to get that Adam Copeland sing-along. He can do his run back and forth on the stage, get his pyro, hopefully. It should be a big presentation. He's been missing his pyro these last few months. But FTR versus Adam Copeland and Christian Cage. I know they're going to call themselves, C and I don't know. But who you got here?
CNC Canada Factory.
Yeah.
I have CNC Canada Factory winning. You got to give them this win. I don't know what FTR goes from here. Again, I'm not the biggest FTR fan, but I do see, if we're going to say kind of debuts, Beth Phoenix taking out Stokely Hathaway in this, and then aiding Adam Copeland and Christian Cage and really kicking this off to the hometown crowd in a huge way because man, it's just great to see Edge and Christian back together. I saw their debut. I love these two.
I think we're going to go through all the hits. This is what they kind of wanted to do with the Hardys back then before, some stuff had happened with them. I think they beat FTR. I think next pay-per-view Wrestle Dream, they face the Young Bucks who are going to win the championship at this pay-per-view for the titles. You know about the Young Bucks?
Oh, we'll get there.
They're Edge and Christian's dream matches, so I think we're going to go through all the hits. We're going to get FTR off the list, Young Bucks off the list, maybe do a triple threat down the line to end the year. Get the Golden Lovers in there. We're going through all the hits. So I like Brodito, but they're in for a short reign.
Okay, that's all right. It's decent booking still.
So yeah, I got Cope and Christian for the win. FTR, they'll be fine, man. They've been fine just having matches with teams, with the belts. They'll be okay.
Yeah, they're better for television than they are pay-per-view. I don't mean that like as a huge insult, but I mean like they're good presenting what AEW kind of wrestling is. So
yeah, so I mean they'll be okay. Maybe go back and get the Ring of Honor belts. Go after maybe the CMLL tag belts. You haven't got those yet. There's plenty they can do. But MJF, who's actually wrestling this Friday at the 92nd anniversary of CMML show on Friday against Mystico, mask versus championship match. I think MJF goes 0-2 this weekend. You just got married. Shout out to you. You're in the movie, but this weekend you go 0-2, buddy.
All right, I think he's gonna lose too. Let me just ask you this: do you think that Twitter beef? I hate saying that with Andrade is real, or do you think Andrade shows up at the show on Friday and costs him the match?
I think he'll cost him the match on Friday, but MJF really pushes the button, man. The whole Charlotte divorce, getting kicked out. I don't know if all that was discussed. That's all I was saying. He brought up the Sammy incident. I don't know if it was all discussed.
I hope it's a gross. I don't know. I hope it's. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I think MJF's losing twice too, and I don't know where this is going to fall on the card. But again, MJF hired the people that the Hurt Syndicate are facing, so I don't know if they're going to help Mark Briscoe win, or who knows what's going to happen. But if this match happens after, or I don't know, we'll see. But I do believe MJF is going to win, just like you.
There is the rumor the Hurt Syndicate will be adding another person. No idea who it might be. Honestly, if I had to pick, I would want the Bounty Hunter to come back. Get rid of the Bad Apple. Get the Bounty Hunter, Brian Keith, join the Hurt Syndicate. I think that'd be kind of cool. Just refresh him. Yes. I like the Big Bill stuff, but I think he needs a refresh. That'd be my pick if you had someone on the card to join the Hurt Syndicate. But we'll see how that goes. I have Mark Briscoe winning also, getting a big singles match. They've been teasing Mark Briscoe not, still getting his feet wet with the singles division. MJF just completely shits on him all the time. So I think it's a big win for him over MJF. Who can lose? He'll be fine.
Yeah, I think so too.
I believe this will be the second match. I think MJF won a few weeks ago, leading up to his match against Hangman. So this will be fun. And then the return of Zach's favorite. If you thought he loved Cena, you haven't seen his feelings towards Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston versus Big Bill, a pre-announced return match. I will just say, for me, this is very interesting booking. I don't know if I would have picked I like Big Bill. Mm-hmm. Just a weird return match for Kingston. Who you got here? What are your thoughts?
Eddie Kingston, and I think they'll do like a double kind of announcement of him coming out, where someone comes out dressed as him, kind of Gilbert style. Big Bill laughs, whether it's Brian Keith or not. And then the real Eddie Kingston comes out and just kind of like goes ham. So we'll see if this is an actual match or it turns into another feud down the line. But yeah, Eddie Kingston is going to have his big comeback. And I've seen some workout videos. So good for him for putting in the work into different types of training, getting back into wrestling. So
yeah, I mean, it's been a long time. I don't know if it's been 2 years, but I feel like it's been a long time, maybe like 2 years. But eventually we're going to see him get back with Mox and have that interaction. We haven't seen Eddie with the Death Rider Mox version. I just think this is a weird pairing because with Big Bill.
All right. Eddie Kingston. That's how Eddie Kingston rings the doorbell. ridiculously. Let us know who you have in this match here. Eddie Kingston coming back. Like, the reason I'm not a big Eddie Kingston fan is the promos are they're so out there. And I know Knox from the East Coast and he likes that, but let us know what you got in this match and any other surprises you think will happen. I know this is one of the big returns, but is there going to be another big return? I don't know. But Eddie Kingston with Big Bill, and then if you have Brian Keith do a double team on him, maybe on Dynamite or later on, someone else can come back and aid Eddie Kingston. And then you got a tag match. All right, again, we are talking about All Out Toronto. We got predictions going right now, and we're talking about any surprises that are going to happen. And after this, we're going to talk about WrestlePalooza. Which show are you going to check out? Because right now we have a poll on our YouTube page, and it's All Out, WrestlePalooza, or both. Right now, WrestlePalooza is in the lead with like 60-some%. So let us know what you think. I personally am going to try to watch both and do what I can here because it's a great weekend for wrestling. I'm excited. A Canadian crowd and a big supposedly debut of a new marquee pay-per-view for WWE, PLE. How are you watching both of these? Are you on a Stephanie McMahon approved VPN? Are you going to watch them on pay-per-view? Amazon Prime, Netflix, ESPN app? A lot of different ways to watch it here. Knock ordered 9 pizzas at the door there. That's who it was. It was Little Caesars Pizza ordering 9 $5 pizzas. That's $45 worth of pizzas Knock just ordered. He's getting set. He's going to put them on the fridge, and he's going to eat them all day while he watches All Out and WrestlePalooza because it's about a 9-hour day. That's a pizza an hour for Knock. All right, let us know what you got in there. And what else are you watching this weekend? You watching SmackDown? You watching CMLL? All right, let's get into the next match here as Knock answers the door. Someone's looking for Sarah Connor. This is the match he was talking about here. This is the AEW World Tag Team Championship 4-way ladder match. I want to talk about something when Knock gets back here because there was some teasing going on social media. If you know what I'm talking about, hit us up in the comments. But there was some teasing going on with another return that is possible at All Out. But the people in this match going for Brodito's tag team championships are the Young Bucks, who got their entrance and their money back. Jet Speed, it was very fun to watch. And Heseniero and Josh Alexander, part of the Don Callis family. I know I butchered his name. The Don Callis family. There's like 2 stars in there, and I think the rest are we need them separate from the Don Callis family. But until Knock gets back, I'm not going to say why I think the Young Bucks are going to win, but I'm picking the Young Bucks actually to lose this. I'm picking the Young Bucks to lose this match here. I'm saying Brodito is going to win and retain the gold here. The Young Bucks are going to set something up here. I'll talk about it again when Knock gets back. But if you saw on social media, someone sent the Young Bucks a gift. Also, you can kind of see what the note said, and it's about being stabbed in the back. Well, if you watched who you think it is, Jack Perry on his social media, there's a video of him actually making a knife, that knife. And if you look at the packaging, thank you, Internet, for being the world's greatest sleuths. The packaging said it was like what did it say? It was like goat's horns or something like that. So there, in fact, is a possibility for the end. Knock. Who was it at the door? Who was it? The mailman? Was it a Terminator looking for Sarah Connor?
This construction crew is crazy. They're. I told Zach earlier they're putting fiber in. Luckily, so some people are about to get the boot. I'm going to upgrade my Wi-Fi, but the construction people going crazy.
Okay. We're going to this match right here. I'm just explaining on social media. On BTE, which is back, the Young Bucks got a knife with a note. Oh, yeah. Jack Perry, before this, showed a video online of him making a knife, that very knife, and the handle is made of, was it ram's horn or something? So it's like scapegoat. It all ties together. So he could come back during this match and cross the
So that's why you thought the Bucks weren't winning this match.
Yes.
Okay. At some point, I do think we'll circle back to Cope and Cage versus the Bucks. So maybe it won't happen here. Maybe Brodito gets a long run. So if that's the case, Jack Perry comes back to cost him, I could see Brodito retaining here. So that's a good point. A great
Yeah,
point.
I'm going with Brodito for the win. So that's with that being said, do you still think the Young Bucks are going to win?
I'm gonna have to switch it. I'm gonna have to go with Brodito.
We're going to switch it.
Yeah,
Okay.
if Jack Perry shows up, I'm going Brodito, and I think we're gonna put the Bucks in that direction. And maybe sometime down the line we'll get to Edge and Christian and Bucks. That's happening for sure on this run. That's my only thing that I'm thinking about. And then back with I don't know how many matches you went from the Eddie Kingston one.
Just this one.
I think Eddie Kingston and Big Bill. That's a weird pairing for his first match back. They said they announced it just to get the hype for it, but I feel like I would have given him I feel like a lot of times in AEW they don't protect the size of the big man. So that's what I'm kind of worried about. So I know Big Bill's here to take the pin. That's my only problem. And I don't know how well the match is going to be, but I'll trust them that we'll get a good 12-minute match here.
Okay, a 12-minute Eddie Kingston match. That's 11 minutes too long. New, what you doing? Hope you're having a great week. He says Brodito, and just in case Jack Perry comes back.
Oh, man. Shout out to New, man. What's up, bro? Welcome to the chat. And then this one I was shocked on Dynamite, Zach, because, we know what's going on. The lawyer, Beast Bordos, Mr. CEO himself. I thought he was winning. I thought he was going to the card. I thought we were getting Beast Bordos versus Okada versus Takeshita. Either way, this match is still going to be really well. Really well done. Mascara Dorada is hot right now in TML. He's been killing it. And correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but I do believe he might be a triple champion right now. Correct me if I'm confusing this. I'm pretty sure he won the MLW championship, not the world. I think the middleweight championship. He has the CML middleweight championship, and he has the NJPW strong tag team championship. So he's rocking all the gold right now. I was just shocked to see him beat Beast Mortos. Good for the partnership. It's going to be a good showing for him. I think he'll do really wonders. I'm excited to see him go against Takeshita. Yes. I do have Okada winning this match. I do have the Okada Takeshita thing brewing over. I do think he's in his match to take the pin and preserve Okada versus Takeshita for later on. But I also think he'll get a good showing here. So this might be a surprise, really good match. I'm going to go Okada for the win, though.
Okay, I'm the same way, and I do think that is the reason they're protecting Beast Mordos by not making him take the pin for this. That's what So, I feel the same way, and we're going to build up to a bigger one-on-one feud. And then I do think Takeshita will take the championship, and I do think that maybe the tag belts will go to the Don Callis family, and it starts to build to what is supposed to be on the last 5 iterations of what the Don Callis family tried to be.
It's all fun and games now.
They're getting it right, though.
Yeah, it's all fun and games now, but they have to stick to a group. There's some people that have been in and out that family. It doesn't make any sense, man. Brian Cage is on his way back. Powerhouse Hobbs is on that crew. Mark Davis is there. A lot of people in that group, but it's solid right now. It's working. Noob has Okada winning as well. Hope you're doing well today, man. Next up on the list here, we have the Hurt Syndicate. MVP is at. Do you think MVP is actually wrestling here? Will he be protected, or will someone take his place? But we have the Hurt Syndicate with MVP going against Gates of Agony, Ricochet, with a feud that dates back to last year when the Hurt Syndicate punked Ricochet and kind of set him on his heel turn.
Yeah, this feud makes sense. The way they do it, and they did the social media stuff with him posting the phone and everything. Cool. Storyline makes sense. I do think MVP could take a couple bumps, but that's it. It's going to be very limited. And you talked about a new member coming in. Wow, what a great way to bring him in. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. So
the Hurt Syndicate wins. The reaction Bobby Lashley got on Wednesday, especially after he did that spear.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. After Hangman has been champion for a couple months, this is your next champion.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I don't mind it. I'm all for Lashley. I was saying for years, Lashley plus MVP equals world championship. And went back to TNA, with WWE. If he does an AEW, I think that puts him on a different level of to acquire all those world championships. I think that's very hard to do. So that'd be great for Lashley. I want to see Shelton get some gold on his own too. He's in great shape. He still goes really good in the ring. Him and Ricochet had a really good match a few weeks ago. Yeah. My only problem with this is I feel like Ricochet just keeps losing. I feel like at least in my mind, the perception is he's lost more big matches than he's won than one. So I do want them to get him right. I want this to work. So it'd be hard to see him lose again, even though if he doesn't take the pin. But at some point, I would like to see some gold on his waist, considering we're missing Swerve, we're missing Osprey. I think he can fill that spot to get us those cool matches and cool moments. But I think you're right, though. Hurt Syndicate might have to win here. I think Lashley gave Toa Leona one of his best matches. That match was hot.
That was a good match.
So I think Zach's onto it. I think me and Zach might be on the same page for a lot of these matches.
I think so. We're excellent bookers. And Noob, you got some good picks too. So Hurt Syndicate is going to embarrass Ricochet and his team. In some way, whether it's they go back to MJF and are pissed at MJF, or Hurt Syndicate says we're done with Ricochet, now we're going after MJF. MJF in some way is intertwined in this match.
Yeah. And then storyline wise, what is the reputation of AEW where a lot of these wrestlers get paid off by other wrestlers to beat other wrestlers up? Like, this is a constant pattern we've been seeing with even back to the Butcher to Blade with MJF just paying off wrestlers. Is the pay right storyline wise that we're just taking these, signing these contracts that go take people out?
It made sense with the Butcher and the Blade. It kind of would have made sense with Keith because he's the bounty hunter. But when you constantly are talking about your boss being a millionaire, we're good paying people off. I think we're done.
Yeah, just storyline wise, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I get you. And then the first women's match of the night, we have Mercedes versus Stone Cold Rio. Put the glass in her entrance, man. The ratings ruler, just absolutely killing it. Ratings ruler Rio. Listen, first ever women's champion of AEW. Put some respect on her name. She is hurt. She is coming back from I think a long layoff in the ring. Was a little rusty, I think, in her tag match a few weeks ago. But I'm hoping we have another good match of Mercedes. I feel like a lot of it, when Mercedes first debuted, besides her Willow match, it was a lot of like, oh, can she really go? Or is the AEW Women's Division good enough to compete with her? So I'm hoping we get a strong match at Rio because it's been a while since we've seen her. And Mercedes is on a streak right now where she just had awesome match after awesome match. So I'm hoping this continues. But I got Mercedes going for the win here. I think this will be one of her shorter matches, though. She goes about 25. She pushes the limit, 18 to 25. I'm going to go like 12 to 15 here for the match time.
All right, yeah, I'm with you, I think, on everything. I think I wouldn't go past 12 minutes. Rio's been looking a little rusty, but I get it when you come back from injury, and I think this match sets her up for a bigger, better feud later on. Now, this isn't a bad feud, but I'm talking like a feud, but you show what Rio can do, and then you put her against someone who's probably have been in like 8 women tag matches for the last 4 weeks, then that's a good feud.
Yeah.
We have her be the one to take down Bane. So there's different things that Rio can do after this, but I do think this is just a stepping stone for Mercedes to get into, hopefully her next big, long feud.
Yeah, we need another big, long feud for Mercedes. I mean, I think she's coming up. I think in October she'll reach the longest days as TBS champion to beat Jade's record. I think that's what they're going for. And like Athena, once she hits that day, I think it's all bets off. She can lose the belt at any point.
100%.
And then with Rio, this is the interesting thing with this matchup, guys. We haven't really seen Mercedes with someone who's smaller than her. So in this match, she's the powerhouse. This last pay-per-view, we've seen her being in a match with 3 powerhouses. Now she's the powerhouse. I think it's an interesting dynamic for her to play. I think it'd be really cool to see.
Yeah, I think so too. Noob says Mercedes Monet money is winning because Rio's not going to outdraw Io Sky, Asuka, Kairi Sane, and Stephanie Vaquer.
Yeah, and then I just think Rio, if maybe go to Ring of Honor after this, have some Ring of Honor matches, just keep her around. Keep her like when she's on it, she's really good. I'll say this: her second match, Rio versus Nyla Rose, was really, really good, especially early AEW for women's matches. So I just think once she gets going, gets in a good reps, I think she has some good matches, good potential. But yeah, Mercedes all the way. And then here we go, where it's starting to start getting bloody. It's going to start getting messy. The man who climbed Mount Everest and planted the AEW flag, Darby Allin, versus Mox, who's a heel, but he looks like he's having fun out there, man. He's despite what Zach says, he's killing it with Rita Shafir. He's on fire. He just took Nelson Daniel Garcia. I think he's having fun out there, man. It's good to see. I'm a Death Riders fan. We have Cesaro, the monster, Mr. Frankenstein himself, who's ready to be unleashed. There's levels to this, bro. There's a lot.
Ready to be unleashed? He's been in AEW for like 12 years already. Let's unleash him.
He got 12 more years, man. He's coming. I'm telling you. But yeah, I got Darby for the win here. I think finally Mox gets that PTO approved after this match. He takes some time off, and Darby gets the victory here. Darby is yet to beat him. This has to be his big win on Mox at pay-per-view.
Yeah, Darby Allin, the Rock of AEW, holding big storylines hostage while he goes and does other stuff. I'll give him a break, though. That's a big deal to climb Mount Everest.
That's what I'll admit. I was the one joking around saying, "Damn, you missed the more time to go climb Mount Everest," but that's a huge deal. He put the flag. He took some videos, some promos.
Yeah.
He's a company man.
Yeah, I know someone who did that. It's months of preparation to get back to normal after you climb it. So
yeah,
I'll give it to him. So I'm gonna say Darby Allin wins for the same reason. Mox does need time off, but I think you kill the Death Riders storyline if you take him out, because the Death Riders, to me, are unbelievably boring. And Mox is laughing because I can't even say her name. Marina Shafir is making him break. That's why.
No, I mean,
yes.
I mean, maybe I'll look a little closer next time. But I do think it's kind of like Roman when he's off screen when it was the bloodline. There was a noticeable dip. But I do think for this to work, for Mox to go away, Cesaro's going to step in and be that main guy, and he's going to be unhinged, just beating people up, going crazy. I think we can carry that a bit until Mox comes back. That's my
100% disagree.
But we do need we just need someone with a bike skill. That's all. We just need someone with bike skills. That's it. But Monster Cesaro is great.
I love Cesaro. I really do. I love Cesaro.
Or Claudio,
he's a really cool guy, Claudio. But like, man, this group is dead without Moxley. Like it's dead to me already, but it is like in a coffin dead without
He's been wrestling every week, man. I don't know.
Oh my God. Get ready for some blood and ultra violent coffin match, and Darby Allin is winning. It's the perfect way to write Mox off once and for all. But then you're writing the Death Riders off again. It's so. The thing with the Death Riders is there's supposed to be someone who took them down, right? Hangman did it, the story ends, but now we have nowhere to go with the Death Riders. Now he's facing the guy that was originally supposedly supposed to take him down. Okay, so then if he takes him down, then what? Then what? Is one of the Gunn brothers supposed to take him down next? And like, where are we going from the ladder here to a good ending storyline with this? And none of this makes sense, or we still don't have a payoff for why the Death Riders do what they do.
I think I'm not trying to compare this to like downgrade it, but I think this is like the Bloodline storyline where Roman lost the belt to Cody, but then he also lost to Jay, and Jay took they took other stuff from him, like the Ula Fala with Solo. And then there's other levels we can take from here. They need to clear up what the levels are, but I think there's a way to do it. There's a way.
There's absolutely no purpose. If you just tell me, just come on. I don't even care if it's on Hey AEW. I don't care what it's on. Just tell me the purpose of the Death Riders. So from now on, I can just figure out the purpose. With Roman and the Bloodline, it was just to be on top. Whether it was the belt or to be paid the most or to whatever, it was to be on top and to be done. And this was to take out AEW. It's so convoluted. I don't know. But yes. Yeah. I need something.
Darby for the win, man. This might be a long match. This might be a long, drawn-out match, and I think it's going to be brutal. Maybe not family-oriented, but it's going to be brutal.
Isn't that the funny thing? They're talking about, like, they're going to keep their prices family-friendly, but, like, their television is not family-friendly at all, except for, like, 3 segments a show, which I'm fine. They should aim for the families a little bit more and tone this stuff down a little bit, because I 100% will put down money to go to an AEW show than to go broke to go to a WWE show.
I get money's worth going to AEW, man. It's nice.
Yeah, 100%.
And then again, the main women's match, Timeless Toni Storm versus the former champion Jamie Hayter versus the former TBS champion Chris Statlander versus the debuting or newly added Tekla. Fatal 4-way match. I think it's time for Toni to drop the belt. Toni's great. She commands the stage every time she's on the screen. She is like the centerpiece of the division. I think it's time to elevate another person, and I'm betting on it. I hope it's right. It might not be right, but I'm going Chris Statlander here. Get her the belt, and get her the belt without the Death Riders, because I feel like Wheeler Yuta's gonna get involved. He's gonna turn heel, and that's how she's gonna win. I don't want to see it. I want Chris to win clean and get that big crowd roar that she deserves.
Yeah, I actually like Fatal 4-Ways. I think they're very necessary. I like them
Yeah.
as stepping stones for champs. It helps bring other people into the main event scene rather than making them look weak, losing in a big feud. I love Fatal 4-Ways. Wow. I had Tony retaining.
Okay.
I like that Chris Statlander bit, though. I do want Tony Storm to drop the belt. I do think Tony Storm needs to up her mic game. I know everyone says she's like perfect on the mic, but the majority of her mic skills are just like skating the line of slurs and profanity, which is fine. I like it.
Yeah.
It's just that's the majority of it. And I want her to be in a feud, like when she was with Mercedes or when she was with Blake Monroe. They got me. I forgot her name already.
Damn, they wiped her. The Men in Black.
But like that, Tony Storm's promos were great in those feuds because she had focus. So that's what I want. So I'll stay Tony Storm will retain.
I forget when it turned to the innuendos. There was one promo where she hit like a really like spot on innuendo, and then it just ran rampant after that. But before then, she was doing like the vignettes, the black and white stuff, and that was really cool stuff. That's what I think really got her over with the character, and it was really good stuff. It was locked in.
Yeah.
But she's been in the main event scene since like 2023, I think, maybe even earlier than that. It's time to get a new batch of women in there. I think we gotta let her do her own thing. And I said, if we have those women's tag team belts, I love to see Tony and maybe Harley tag up and just have her do something else for a bit.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we could do some fun stuff there without her being in the main event and we can elevate other people. That's my thing. But Tony, again, she's the centerpiece. She is the standard for the women's division right now. So she can be around the belt as long as she wants, but just we gotta get her in and out sometimes.
Yep.
And I'm gonna say, if Chris wins, I'm gonna say she pins. I don't know who she pinned. Maybe she pinned Stekla, but I think that the feud going forward, if Chris wins, should be Chris versus Hayter. I think the feud is there for that match.
Yeah, I'll take that.
And then of course the main event, which they've been heavily calling the AEW Men's World Championship, Hangman Page versus Kyle Fletcher, TNT champion. If the Don Callis family if they interfere in the match, Kyle will not only be DQ'd, but he'll be stripped of his TNT championship. This is going to be an incredible match. This is going to go 30 minutes. They're going to be hard hitting. I hope no one gets hurt. Kyle is a lot taller than people think. He's actually a lot taller than he might be perceived. So I think this is a good match for Hangman, and it's going to be a good coming out party for Kyle.
I agree. That stipulation with the Don Callis family, I think would be a perfect end and to turn him face because I think Kyle Fletcher has a lot going for him. But I think it's too soon. So I think Hangman will win clean on this one. But I think this is about a 30-minute match, and this is going to run into WrestlePalooza. So, oh, man, I really just hope that they have an out for Kyle Fletcher after he loses in a good feud to put him back in the main event title to either be the one who takes it off Hangman or to take it off the next person who takes it off Hangman.
I think they teased it a bit here in the contract signing, but, Hangman making the reference to when he challenged for the belt the first time at All Out and he lost. And they had to go through that whole feud, like that whole cycle to pick himself back up. He went through like the drinking. He went through that whole thing and to build himself back up to win the belt. I think Kyle's going to like really look at who he's around and have that soul searching. He turned on Will. Mark Davis isn't around. I think we're going to go through that whole storytelling to get him back to that main event. And we'll see next year where he's at. But I think that's what they're going to go with.
Yeah, I think next year is going to be big for him.
Yeah. He's really elevated. He's one of the perfect examples of going through Ring of Honor and actually like elevating himself through that to get to the AEW.
100%. Hangman Page is winning. I think that's the consensus. And I'd like to see Athena go on this path.
Yep.
In the next year.
She is taking time off, but I do think we need to get her back in the mix. She proved herself. I think she was one of the best back and forth promos with Tony Storm. Great match with Mercedes. She was incredible the entire summer. I don't feel like we disagreed on much of this card, honestly. I feel like we had pretty much the same.
I think so. I think we only had two matches that are different or maybe one. So get your predictions in. Let us know. You could be a predictions champ.
Let us know. And of course, this is just part one of Saturday's big pay-per-views. We have All Out, and like Zach said, leading into All Out, after All Out, we have WWE WrestlePalooza. Kind of, stepping on some people's toes. The counter program has been going on all summer. It's going to continue going on. They said, "Oh, we're gonna go the same day as you." TK moved it a little earlier. They said, "Oh, we'll move it earlier. We'll put our main event match on first." Zach says it's to get the big ESPN number. I say it's to counter program the main event of All Out. Who knows? But Cena versus Lesnar, we'll see who wins. We'll see what effect this has. But head to head, Hangman Page versus Kyle Fletcher, Cena versus Brock. Let's see how it's gonna go. WrestlePalooza's up first. Zach, this will be the last time we see Cena versus Brock. Who you got?
Cena's final WrestlePalooza. I can't see the purpose of putting Brock over. I can't because he's part-time. It's not like he's back from injury and he's here. Cena has to win, and he needs some momentum going into Survivor Series. Actually, he has is he going to Riyadh next? And then Survivor Series, and then we got his Saturday Night's Main Event final match.
Yep.
So he's got 3 matches left and a Raw appearance after this. He needs some momentum going in. He can lose one of those next 2 matches, but he needs momentum going forward. And he's obviously probably going to lose his last match. So he's got to win this one. Lesnar, I don't know what they do with him next. I don't know if they have him start a feud with someone, if he takes more time off and then makes another shock appearance a year from now. But there's no reason to have Brock Lesnar go over in this match.
There's not. I mean, I think Brock comes back. He has his match. I think they really brought him back just to have that steal the headlines and then now steal the headlines again. He's going to be – I don't think he'll be at Survivor Series. I could be wrong. He's not going to be back to maybe the Rumble where we can set up him versus Gunther for Mania. That's my guess. But we're not going to see him too much. I don't – like you said, I don't really see what we do with him for this time period. They kind of running without him for now. So we'll see how that goes. But, yes, I've been waiting. I hate to say it, but that whole heel run just wasted so much time we had with Cena for his final year. Because there's no real plan.
Because he's a bad actor.
I think maybe the booking. I don't know. Some other stuff. Some people didn't want to show up to work. But I got Cena winning here, becoming that big Super Cena one more time. And just running these last few months. Was that a plane?
The audience does not want to hear any bullshit about Cena.
Wow. You can't do that to Cena. This is his final year, man. You got to cut up some slack a little bit.
No. Why? Because John Cena's a bitch.
Wow.
Oh, they like that.
He's the peacemaker, everybody. Man, I could use my own soundboard against me, man. This is crazy. But, yeah, I got Cena for the victory here. This match should be no longer than 10 to 12 minutes, though.
I don't think it's going to be.
Let's keep it, maybe 15 at max. Actually, this match
does look really good, by the way. They just did a photo shoot with him for his new stills, and he's in shape. So
okay,
I don't know.
This match will be as long as the AEW All Out main event. They'll until that closes in a few more minutes. They're gonna try to steal those headlines, I think. But
that'd be funny.
Yeah,
they got a monitor in the back, and that'd be funny. Steph's watching on her VPN, saying, "Hey, all right."
Yeah, they ain't gonna pay for it. Yeah, Cena versus Brock. Cena for the victory. This is the match I believe will main event. We have who just Bleacher Report posted Becky Lynch, the best women's wrestler in WWE history, teaming with Seth Rollins, world champion Seth Rollins, IC champion Becky Lynch versus the returning AJ Lee, CM Punk. This is a great match for AJ Lee to come back after 10 years. She's in great shape. I got AJ Lee and CM Punk winning though. Just my question, Zach, who's taking the pin here?
I think Becky's going to take the pin. We saw Becky do the job in NXT almost for a full year, put new talent over. I think she's big enough. She knows how to do business, and I think she's going to be fine taking the pin. She can come back and use stuff like what you said, the Bleacher Report, which the list is good list. She can come back and do promos and reference that list and say she's the best, and everyone's talking about her. She has ways to come back from the pin, so I think that's who's taking the pin. But yeah, I think Punk and Lee win, and I just think it's going to be a celebratory ending to WrestlePalooza to make it seem more. I don't see any. Do you see anyone coming back, no matter who wins, to end on a shock, or do you think it's just going to end like that was WrestlePalooza? It's going to be an annual event for ESPN. Thanks for coming, everybody.
They want that big moment. So I mean, I can't think of anyone right now. But they want that big headline, so It's got to be somebody. Stone Cold. I don't know. It's got to be somebody. It's tough. Shit, man. What if Vince walks through that door? I don't know.
AJ Lee and CM Punk to win because Becky Lynch is eating the pin because she's egotistical. I think the year 2019 has gotten to her head.
That's her character. That's what it was. I think also if AJ does pin Becky, that sets up a title match down the line. So I think we can continue that. That sounds like the logical plan there.
Okay, I like that. AJ Lee, IC champion, passing the torch, losing it to a newer talent.
Roxanne.
There you go. That's a good feud. That's a really good feud. And to take it from Roxanne could be the comeback of Liv Morgan, setting that up for WrestleMania.
We got a lot of stuff going on.
Skills have been so good tonight.
We got a lot of stuff going on there, Zach. I mean, and then Roxanne as the heel. I think we can get not exactly how it is, but you know how MJF was the big fan of CM Punk. They had that whole feud going on. Roxanne as the heel can play into being that fan of AJ and AJ leaving. I think we'll get something similar along those lines with that feud. That feud's coming. We know it's cooking.
It has to. They keep referencing the old pictures.
They do. And Liv is around the corner. Liv was at the promo last week for the WrestleMania. So she's around the corner, man. She's coming.
Everyone had their Marina Shafir faces on. They were so miserable.
That was an interesting press conference. That's all I'll say there. Very, very interesting, man.
Roxanne Perez versus Asian. There we go. I'll take that at WrestleMania 42. Yeah. And Liv can come back there and get a big pop. So a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff, man. And then finally, the WWE Women's Championship. We've been waiting for this one, man. Not too sure what was going on. We thought we would get this at Clash in Paris, but Stephanie Bacquer versus Io Sky. I'm not quite sure who wins here. Stephanie Bacquer. Me and Eric saw her years ago against Mercedes Moné in a tournament that crowned the first ever New Japan Strong Women's Champion. And from day one, she absolutely killed it. Had that match, came back for AEW with Mercedes, Forbidden Door, killed it. Get signed to NXT. Not even there for a year. Shout out to the main roster, and now she's on the same tiers as some of the top talent like Io, like Rhea. Very, very popular, obviously for a move she does, but very popular, great in the ring. Is it time to crown Stephanie?
I think so, just because Io has had that belt a few times, at least twice in the last few years. Yeah. Stephanie Bacquer taking the title, I think, is right, because it does usher in new talent, and every now and then you like to see new talent get a belt, just kind of like Tiffany and some other people. And the reason I like that this didn't happen at Paris is because then we all would have been feeling a little bit rushed after Naomi relinquished the title, and this kind of builds it up a little bit more. This could be match of the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
This could be match of the weekend right here.
Yeah, because I think it doesn't get said enough. I know it gets said quite often, but not said enough. Io's one of the best in the world, man or female. She's incredible. Yes. So to go with Stephanie, a great dance partner, you might be on something here. I would give this 20 to 25 minutes. This match is going to be good.
100%.
This is going to be good. And you get involvement?
Oh, I don't think so. I think that happens on Monday Night Raw after this weekend, because I think I think Triple H knows enough to book this match just to be a clean finish. And then you can start doing that storyline on Monday night. And then you can even have someone like Raquel face Stephanie first, get her kind of like dip her toes into the main event scene. And just like we're talking about that fatal 4-way at All Out, it's always good to get new people into the title scene. That's a nice way to do it.
It is. And I think Raquel's a good, like a brawler, a good powerhouse to go against Stephanie, challenge her might. Yeah. And Raquel's been hot recently. She's been really good.
Yeah.
I think so. Zach picked Stephanie. I think I agree with him as well, but I'm gonna go with Io just to differ a little bit. You can't go wrong with Io, because also if Io does win, she can have that feud with Asuka, have that feud with Kyrie with the belt involved, and we can continue that going along. Noob.
Okay, that's a good point. Let me bring this up to you. Noob, you are a big fan of Asuka. What if Stephanie wins, and Asuka's next big gripe with Io is the fact that she lost, and then Asuka faces Stephanie next for the title? But then you got all this stuff. Oh man, there's storylines at least. But you can still mix and match people in with Stephanie after this.
I will say this: if Stephanie wins, give her everybody. Like have her have these great matches, and have like Raquel. You could have her have an Oscar match. You could have her have these people like where she could just be known for like being a great champion. That's how you really get her over. I think that'd be very, very good.
Yeah, and they did that with Tiffany on SmackDown too. They gave her title matches there because they're very concerned with a lot of the men's matches in WWE in the last 6 months on PLEs. So at least the women get showcased as title holders on TV. Where I do believe the ratings are even bigger, where more people see them. So at least there's that.
Yeah. All right, that's that. And then the tag team match, the Usos coming back together, Jimmy and Jay versus the Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker. This is a tough one because I feel like Bronson and Braun need a win, but I got the Usos here, bro.
Oh, you got the Usos?
I got the
You don't
Usos.
think it's too soon for them to come back?
I don't think it's too soon. I mean, and I think storytelling wise, them to have such a long layoff as a tag team coming back together, maybe they're not fully in sync. I got them winning here. Something tell me they're winning.
Wow. Okay. I've got the bronze, but now I'm intrigued by this match. I thought it was just be a fun match to watch, but now you got me intrigued. Something else could happen.
Yeah.
But I figured the bronze would take the win, and Seth and his wife would take the loss, and that would balance out.
That's a good point, too. That's a good point. New, be the tiebreaker, man. Who you got, Usos or the Bronze? Again, not a long match. This should not be a long match. 12 to 15 minutes.
We'll get some good stuff in here, maybe some hardcore stuff thrown in, but more shenanigans get involved. Rhea Ripley not being on the card too. She could make an appearance in that women's match.
That's very surprising. Very surprising, actually.
And here's the tiebreaker. Breaker and Reed are winning because there's some tensions between Jay and Jimmy. They could set up a big WrestleMania match. Oh, never mind.
Yeah. No offense. No time. All right. And then the match we think is going to happen as well. Tiffany, the women's champion, versus Jade versus possibly Nia Jax. If this match is to happen, triple threat match, I got Jade winning here.
I do agree with you. No, you know what? I'm not going to agree with you.
Okay.
And I don't know if this match is going to happen, but it's on the shirt. I think it's a quick match. Some stuff happens, and Tiffy retains. Maybe she did take a nasty bump. Well, she did take a nasty bump on SmackDown.
She did.
But I do believe they're going to keep the highlight being the new women's championship on Raw, and they might save this for SmackDown. If something shit happens during this match, they can run it back on SmackDown, main event that, and then crown Jade with a big main event in the Pyro.
I could see it. I mean, that would have to be. That means Nia would have to take the pin here. This would be Jade's third championship match in a row. Just go loss. A little tough to build her back up for another one, but she is Jade. So either way, I think she'll be fine.
Yeah. All right. If it happens, we'll find out this Friday. Jade Cargill is winning because you got to put some eyes on Jade Cargill. Do you change both women's titles in the same night? I don't know.
I think you could. They kind of do that sometimes. I think you could. You can get over that.
All right. I just like making a big deal out of one of your main champions.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay.
Next up, we have the now new main event, I guess, as even though it might not be AJ Lee and Becky. Cody versus Drew for WWE Championship. I'll admit, this is the one I have the least amount of interested. I love Drew, man. He's great. He's ultimate hater of the year. Cody, obviously, amazing. I just don't have much interest in this one for some reason. I don't know what it is. Maybe I don't know if it's the build or me just not really buying into it too fully, but I got Cody for the win here. Maybe because I know Cody's not losing. Cody for the win. I just hope it's a good match because I'm not fully sold on it yet.
I agree. I think if this would not be a WrestlePalooza and maybe a next month's PLE and this built up more, I'd care about it more because McIntyre can build a feud. He can build a feud with anybody. I didn't think I needed McIntyre and Punk. And once that feud got off the ground, I was like, who was Punk supposed to feud with? Oh, yeah, the Rollins guy. He's so good at building a feud that I feel bad that this match got shoehorned into WrestlePalooza. But I agree. Cody's going to win, and they just go off with some pyro, and then we ride into Riyadh for whatever.
Yeah, Cody for the victory. I'm going to give it a 20-minute match. 20-minute match.
Shit.
Nah, this is more like 30. I'm going to give 30 minutes for this match. Get Drew his time in
30 minutes, yeah. Give Drew some time. Something's got to happen at the end of this. Something has to happen at the end for this match to be a big deal in main event.
Yeah, I got to see. But with that being said, no sign of the bloodline on here. We got no Rhea Ripley. The Don't know what the U.S. champion is doing. Who's the IC champion? Oh, Dom. Maybe Dom. I had a slot. Dom might be on here. Maybe I feel like you might throw him in there in some capacity. He just won the AAA Mega Championship. So we'll see. Again, SmackDown is tomorrow, so some more matches might get added. But Saturday's the big day. Saturday we have AEW All Out versus WWE WrestlePalooza. Who you got? Who you want to see win? Let us know in the chat who's going to be the better show, match of the night,
Yes.
and then your predictions.
And then if you get a chance to, also you can vote on, we got a poll up right now. WrestlePalooza is like 60%, and then AEW, and then both. So I'm going to try and catch both of them in some capacity because this is a great weekend for wrestling fans. So
it is, man. It is. But that is our head-to-head predictions, AEW versus WWE. Good to see it. Good to do it with Zach, the main man, Zach.
Yes.
Noob, thanks for jumping in. Thanks to all the poppers, the floppers, and the rampagers, all 5,000 of you that support the channel throughout these years. We got more videos coming for you guys. We'll see you guys next time from the Final Boss Knock, the main man, Zach. Peace out, y'all. Thank you for joining.